Hello, I'm Pratik, and welcome to the second episode of Freshly Brewed podcast, where we taste and talk about coffee. So, in last episode, we talked about how coffee origin affects on the coffee taste, and today we're talking about how coffee processing affects on the coffee taste. I could think of only this coffee when we decided to talk about coffee processing. We are tasting today the world's most expensive coffee, Kopi Luwak, and with me I have here his dear friend and a coffee enthusiast, Tanvi. So, Tanvi, how's the coffee?
Uh, so it's really smooth, but a little light for my liking. I mean, I'm not sure if it was the brew or I like my coffee cup to be a little strong and bold, but I'm not getting like a bold note out of it. Although it's very smooth.
It is very smooth, but for me, if I'm allowed to say this, it's not worth the hype.
I think I agree with you. So this is the second time I'm trying out Kopi Luwak, and even the first time when I tried it out, this is the exact same feeling that I had. Because I had built it up so much in my mind, because it's supposed to be like the best and the smoothest coffee in the world. I agree, it's pretty smooth, but I'm still not a big fan of its body and just its overall effect.
I guess it's because it also depends on the coffee processing, right?
Yeah.
So some coffees are sun dried, some coffees are washed, and this you know how it's processed.
Yeah.
It's from the wastage of a civet cat. So I guess maybe that is what taking most of the taste away, because sun dried coffee has that rich flavor of coffee fruit, and you know how it like wears down on the taste. And washed up like the coffee which are washed, they are very rich in citrus flavor because the coffee fruits were very fresh. This is okay.
Yeah. So I'm not a big fan of citrusy coffees anyways. I mean, you know that I don't like my coffee to be too citrusy, but in fact, what I'd heard is because of the processing that Kopi Luwak goes through, in fact, the notes in the coffee are heightened because it passes through the civets system. So I'm not really getting the notes in this.
But we are not getting the notes, right?
Or maybe
I'm not sure what is it.
Yeah.
Because I have had better coffee.
Yeah, same here.
But like you said, I also like my coffee very dark and like very rich in flavors.
Yeah.
Like be it citrusy or a dark roast like Verona or Sumatra.
Yeah.
But this is very light. It is smooth but very light.
Because this is not a dark roast, right? This is a medium roast.
This is a medium roast coffee. But it's really okay.
Yeah, I agree.
I feel cheated the money I spent on this coffee.
I would really like to know how much money you spent on this coffee.
This was 7.5 grand for 100 grams.
Oh well. So what brand is this? Because I'm sure like you get a lot of brands in Kopi Luwak as well, right?
This is, I guess, JJ Royal. So this coffee, my friend bought it from Bali only.
Bali, alright.
And it came with the authentic certificate in the box.
Well, I'm sure even in Bali you have a lot of producers of Kopi Luwak.
Yeah.
So I also think that the flavors would change from place to place because they would differ in the kind of processing that, I mean, every company might have their different way of processing it. So,
Correct.
I mean, I don't know. I would still,
Roasting,
I would still like to try other brands Kopi Luwak in the future.
Maybe some other time. If I ever visit Bali or that time.
Yeah, sure.
So speaking of like black coffee, you're so much into black coffee. How your coffee started? Like how you landed on the black coffee?
Okay, so honestly, I have literally grown up drinking coffee because in my family, everybody, like my dad, my sister, we're all big coffee people. So I started drinking coffee since I was a kid, and I was never a big fan of sugary drinks. So I was always into the darker and the stronger coffees. So even when I would like order a cappuccino, so I think I got into black coffee pretty early. I mean, when I was 18, 19 probably, like I would not have hardcore black coffee, or I had not explored the different beans or whatever it could be. But when I would like sit to study, I would still brew like a cup of black coffee and have it. It might be Nescafe or it might be brew, but I would still have like a cup of black coffee. So I enjoy black coffee right since I was a kid. But I feel like I started exploring coffees more recently, maybe a couple of years back.
I still remember you putting sugar in black coffee.
Yeah, I still do sometimes.
But okay, but you said that you are into black coffee since very early.
Yeah.
Do you remember first time you tried black coffee?
Honestly speaking, I don't remember when was the first time I tried black coffee. But like I said, I'm never like a sugary drink person. So I'm sure I must have enjoyed, maybe not enjoyed it, but I would have at least been okay with the taste because I like my drinks to be bitter. I even enjoy black tea. So, I mean, yeah. But I don't really remember when was the first time I tried black coffee.
Because most of the people with black coffee are like, it's very bitter.
Yeah, that's what people react the first time
It's
they have it.
disgusting.
Yeah.
Why are you having this? And why have you paid so much? Why have we paid so much for this coffee when we're just having it black?
Yeah.
It's just like with the pour over method. It's just one of the simplest brewing methods.
I feel like you need to develop the taste for good coffee.
Correct.
It's the same like you develop taste for good wine, right? I mean, when you initially start drinking wine, you can't differentiate the good wines from the bad ones. But as you, let's say, explore more wines, you start to notice the notes, the body, and everything. So I feel it's the same for coffee as well. So I think initially it's very difficult to make a person who's trying out black coffee for the first time, to make them instantly like or appreciate it, I would say.
I feel lucky in some like in one perspective that there is not so much of a scam or con going in coffee business like wine business. I've heard big scams about wine.
Really?
The duplicate wines, creating false notes, and because people are like they collect wines, right?
Yeah, that's true.
So they're not even going to taste it that often.
They'll probably end up opening it after years. So
Yeah, but good thing coffee doesn't have that.
Yeah, true. So about the question that I added sugar to my coffee. So even now, I feel like, so I'm not a person who would only take her coffee black. I sometimes like milk coffee as well. So even when I'm going out, I will add milk and sugar to my coffee even now. It depends on my mood and my need really. So if I have like a hard day of work in front of me, I'll have like a full black cup. But if I'm just like chilling or having a conversation with a friend, I'll have a milk coffee. Like a coffee with milk and sugar. Although recently, off late, I've not been adding sugar to my coffee at all. I mean, for almost the past year, I could say.
But because coffee also has those sugar notes, and even the milk has sweetness, even roasted almond or soy milk or normal milk, it has that own
little
sweetness,
underlying sweetness. Yeah.
So I guess there is no need of adding sugar to coffee. I don't feel that much, but sometimes I add hazelnut flavor.
I am not a big fan of hazelnut, so no comments on that. But yeah, I mean, I personally don't like hazelnut, but
Okay, what is your favorite drink? Favorite beverage?
So it depends where.
All-time favorite beverage that you can have it anytime. Beverage, not just coffee, like any. Could be beer or wine.
It's coffee for sure.
Tea.
No, it's coffee for sure. Right now, it's a tie between two. So it's an almond milk cappuccino at Starbucks or an espresso doppio at 108 Cafe.
Okay, but you get this espresso doppio at Starbucks also.
Yeah, but I enjoy 108. I think 108 uses Blue Tokai coffees if I'm not wrong. So I really enjoy their coffees as well.
So what I have noticed is Blue Tokai, how processes coffees, they wash the fruit away from the beans to extract the seeds from fruit. So that is, I guess, less expensive process also. And that those coffees I have noticed to be rich in citrus flavor, like the fruit flavor they capture a lot. Those Blue Tokai coffee beans. Whereas Starbucks, it's expensive also, but because it's naturally processed, it's sun dried. Those fruits are sun dried. So, so the coffee seeds or beans, they absorb more flavor into it, and the time also it takes, so it becomes expensive.
Yeah. But honestly, like I have recently tried a few Blue Tokai coffees, and in fact, like if I compare Kenya with Blue Tokai, it's something with K. It's a South Indian estate coffee, and
Okay.
it's supposed to have citrusy notes. It's a medium dark roast, and I found it to be much less citrusy than, let's say, a Kenya or I mean, you know, the other citrusy,
Other citrusy coffees.
coffees. And whereas the Vienna roast from Blue Tokai was extremely full bodied, and like I really enjoyed that coffee. So I don't know, I mean,
Yeah.
I wouldn't really pick Starbucks over Blue Tokai. Like I just feel like I enjoy a few coffees of Blue Tokai more, and a few coffees of Starbucks
I was just
more.
telling the difference about processing,
processing.
how it's
Yeah.
processed, and how that also affects on the coffee tasting,
Yeah.
the coffee taste. And if you're having black coffee, which coffee bean?
Okay, so if I have to pick my favorites in black coffee, so in Blue Tokai, it's Vienna Roast for sure.
Okay.
In Third Wave Coffee Roasters, I'm not sure. I think they have their own homegrown coffees. So also Vienna Roast, Third Wave.
Third wave.
And when it comes to Starbucks, that's a tough call.
You were very moody about Sumatra and
yeah.
Ethiopia.
Yeah. So I think it's a tie between Sumatra and Ethiopia. But I also really enjoyed the Verona. I recently tried it, and I really enjoyed Verona as well.
But speaking of, what is your favorite brewing method?
So my favorite brewing method is undoubtedly the French press. Like currently I've been using pour over to make my everyday coffees, but I still enjoy French press the most because I just feel like it gives coffee a lot of flavor because it remains in contact with the water for a longer time than pour over, and I just French press is my top favorite brewing method.
Okay. And one coffee experience. Coffee related experience. One.
Damn.
Which is,
Give me a minute.
like you can remember the coffee being the major part of that experience.
Can I like not name one experience and just say that coffee is an inseparable part of my life? So a lot of things, be it fights, be it dates, be it patching up, be it catching up, be it studying, be it failing, be it succeeding. I mean, pretty much everything in my life has happened over coffee. So I can't really name one experience because I feel like the entire experience of my life is filled with coffee.
Nice. I remember one experience where you were also there. We were supposed to shoot 10 different sweet.
Oh my god, yeah.
In one.
Yeah, that can
couple of
count as a
days.
really good one.
And after first two, like we were very into, and after first two, we both dropped in our energy, and then
Yeah, because
we were on North Main Road.
yeah.
And then I was like,
Yeah, because since we started shooting that morning, I had Rabdi Jalebi, Firni, and 2-3 other things at Rajput. I had a huge sundae at World of Desserts.
Yeah.
I had rainbow cake and cupcakes at LSD. And I think we had already shot like a 4th place, and we were about to go shoot our 5th place. So I was basically on a sugar high that I can't even explain.
And
I mean,
both were sleepy also, and
it was
we were
terrible.
not in condition to shoot one more
absolutely.
spot. So then I took a rake and went to Starbucks, got us coffees, and after having coffee, then we got into ourselves and we started shooting again.
I feel like we've survived a lot of our shoot days thanks to Starbucks Black Coffee. I remember we were shooting some street shopping thing. I think the Diwali shopping video or something. So I remember it was like really hot, October heat was going on, and we picked up a cold brew from Starbucks, and then we went. I don't remember where it was exactly, but yeah, I feel like we've survived a lot of our shoot days because
that cold brew was your first vlog in Tulsi Bagh also. I got you a cold brew.
Yeah,
and then we started shooting.
So I feel like a lot of our shoot lives have. Black coffee is like basically the savior of our shoot days.
Cool. So thanks for the coffee tasting. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, and let us know if you want me to taste any other coffee blend or any other brewing method. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Yay.